in Edmonton, is it the fact that they're down 2-1? Is it Shelov's is in their head? Is it Skinner? Is it the Soucy on McDavid? Like what is the main event in Edmonton this morning?
Well, there's two parts. I think the big narrative is the goaltending play. And Shelov's has outplayed Skinner in this series. And this is going to sound very biased, but I feel like Shelov's is getting lucky. He's making some saves, but he's making lucky. Like, you think about the breakaway last night, Leon Draisaitl, 9 times out of 10 he scores that, right? Kane hits far post, like squarely on the post and doesn't get it. And there's some other saves, even the one where Perry shoots it, he's kind of going, he gets out of, and Noodles can speak more, but he gets out of position. Now he has to fight back into position and make what looks like an incredible save because he's out of position. But to be fair, he's getting the job done, and he's outplaying a goalie that played the whole year in the NHL. So he's doing a great job. Can the luck hold? Well, the Oilers get enough shots at him. At the other end, you got Stuart Skinner, and man, it'd be nice to see him just I felt last night if they could keep it to 3 goals, they had a chance, right? They weren't able to do that. So I think that the goaltending battle is something that, who starts next game? I'd probably go Pickard. And I think that's a really hard decision to make. I'm glad I'm not making a decision, but I'd probably go with him. But I think the storyline that everyone's forgetting is that the third period in overtime of Game 2, the Oilers dominated as much as we've seen anyone dominate anyone in these playoffs. I thought for Game 3 they'd come out on fire. They didn't. They scored the first goal, but it was JT Miller, it was Zadorov, it was all these guys that came out with way more intensity, and they pushed the Oilers, and the Oilers couldn't handle it. They almost made it through the period, and then a soft backhand through the middle made it 3-1. And now all of a sudden you're chasing the game. So my concern is obviously the goaltending, but being ready to start the game and to set your mark on the team. You look at the first couple shifts, Matthias Ekholm gets rocked twice by guys. Where is that being ready to play that level of intensity to push back on the Canucks?
Well, that's where I was going to go, Struddy. Is I said it right at the start of the show, at the 4 o'clock hour. It looks to me like Vancouver's playing for keeps and Edmonton's just playing hockey. And now I shouldn't say that because 29 and 97 are playing for keeps. 29, he's not 100%, but he's still out of this world. And I think Ekholm's looked good. So there's 3 guys really on that team that have showed up for playoff hockey. Everyone else looks like they're kind of just playing hockey. And Vancouver, you could make an argument. I don't know how you feel about this, Struddy, that either one of these teams could be up 3-0. Because, Vancouver holds on and gets that in overtime, it's 3-0. But that being said, if the Oilers close out Game 1, they do Game 2, and then last night if they get a save and continue to beat Shelov or try and beat him, they could be up 3-0. But where did the Oilers go now? Does Knobloch try and challenge the bottom of the roster, challenge some of these guys? Because there's a lot of lip service. Vander Kane's saying the right things in the media and stuff, but when is that next wave going to show up? Because to me, the Oilers are done in this series if they don't play playoff hockey.
All really good points, Nils. And listen, you guys are going to be surprised by this, but there were nights where I didn't get to play a lot in the NHL. And the coach would come down and he'd say, hey, we need you. We're going to need you at some point, Struddy. And I'd be looking at all the other guys going out, and I'm sitting there. I'd be making a sandwich, maybe having a dart, like just knowing that my night was done. I wasn't going to play much. And at the end of the night, I played 6-7 minutes. The coach would say, boy, he didn't do much. Yeah, you're right, I didn't do much, because every time I got out there, I had to get my legs going like the Tin Man because they're so stiff. And by the end of that shift, they felt better. Then there'd be a penalty, a TV timeout. There'd be something else going on. I wouldn't get out there again for 10 more minutes. So I think the Oilers had 5 players with 10 minutes or less last night up front. 5. That's half of your forwards who are getting out there rarely. And we need you. We're going to need you. Well, when are you going to need me? Because right now you're not using me. So what comes first? They say they need more for the bottom 6. I get it. But if you're not playing, what do you want me? How do you want me to produce? I thought actually the fourth line last night of Ryan, Janmark, and then whoever was there, Brown or whoever, actually I thought they punched a little bit heavier than they were actually playing at 6-7 minutes. Like 6-7 minutes, you can win a prize at the church raffle and play 6 minutes in the NHL because all you do is just skate around. It's like 5 shifts. 5-6 shifts is nothing. So I think, and this is another big decision outside the goalie, do you split up Leon and Connor? Because if you do that, you're able to get more people in game, and then more people are engaged in that game rather than the big five playing, who are they're fun to watch and they're playing well. But playing 30 minutes a night and then having 5 guys not play 10, I don't know if that's a recipe for success at all for any team. But right now, the Oilers